Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Valorant. Oh my god, I was about to say Valorant Oceania Tour. It's just been that long, hasn't it, Crash? Well, LPL Valorant's Evolution League Match, Best of 3 series, and of course, tonight, a very special game, Wildfire's retirement send-off game. But enough about that, we'll talk about that a little bit later because it will be Eclipse versus Antics Esports. I'm Digital Cast, and of course, my co-caster, of course, good old Crash. How you doing, Chris?
Yeah, I'm doing well. I haven't been around here in a while. I did play a game last night in Evo, so I'm definitely I definitely know how these teams are going to be feeling right now. Yeah, I guess this is going to be a good send-off game. I'd like to see Eclipse, I guess, pull out with the win here, just because it'd be a nice send-off there. But look, realistically speaking, it's going to be a bit of a tough one as well. Something I might be jumping the gun a little bit here, but something that needs to be noted right now is Antic will be playing with the sub. I just want to make sure that everyone knows that in advance. So Appler is going to be sitting this game out, and RX7 is going to be playing over him. So I'm curious if that's going to really do anything to the team there, because Appler, I think he was on the Jet for these guys, and RX7 definitely can play Jet. So what are your thoughts on that? Bit more plug and play, or just, might be a little bit more complicated?
I'll be honest, I don't really think Applo being subbed out for RX7 is that big of a difference. It just maybe just comes down to, who turns up on the day. And on paper, going by memory as well, no cap to Daniel, but I think RX7 is the more consistent Jet. Or, well, sometimes he plays other agents like Phoenix. Last time I saw him on Ascent, and he was just sweating his absolute balls off, but hey, his team won the game by a landslide, and that's consistency, and maybe that's good. But hey, look, maybe let's just talk about the vetoes real quickly, because for tonight, the 3 maps to be played are, I forgot about it actually because I had it written down somewhere. That's right, it will be Icebox, Breeze, and Haven. Now, not quite the stock standard 3 maps that we know a lot of teams like to play.
It's a fair point. I know, well, Icebox and Haven, they can generally, especially Haven, that map can always kind of get through vetoes. Icebox, it's somewhat expected, like it is. It's been out for a while as well. But Breeze is always going to be the one where it's like, granted the map's been out for a while, but you still don't really see teams pick it as often as you like to see there. So it's good to see. I believe it's Antic that's actually going to be picking that one. So Eclipse will be picking Icebox to start things off there. So it's nice. I like seeing some Breeze because, especially in teams like, I guess I don't want to take a jab, but kind of like Evo teams in a way, like approaching a map like Breeze. It's always good to see them, I guess, not really be afraid to play this map and actually scrim this map, because a lot of the times teams just avoid it. They just play like Bind, Descent, Haven. Icebox, really, like you sit to the like comfort maps basically, and you don't really try to experiment. So props to them for actually putting in some effort onto Breeze and being confident enough to pick it here.
Yeah, indeed. And I'm not too sure, what the story is, but behind these teams, picking Breeze and, well, Haven. I mean, Haven is kind of like a stock standard map, but I don't think we see it as much, as much as we would like to. But Breeze, definitely not. But regardless, though, map 1, Icebox, I think, honestly, is probably going to be one of my more favorite maps into the pool right now. I just think it's really balanced, and it's a very interesting map to, play on, at the very least. But hey, look, I think the teams are ready, so without further ado, let's just, jump right into it, I believe, once I get confirmation. But yeah, Crash, who do you think will take the cup, well, the win tonight? A 2-0 or just like a 2-1?
I feel like, it's tough, because I think if Apple was playing, I think I would have predicted Antic without really considering Eclipse, just because I know for a fact, like, just a couple of things I've seen, their roster is a little bit unstable right now. They've had a couple of, I guess, I'm not too sure what's happened there, but their roster is not the most stable. But on the flip side, you're playing with the sub on the side of Antics, so it's really just a matter of, was RX7 going to be able to, I guess, perform a role similarly to how Apple was in the team? I don't doubt we can see that there, but it's really just a matter of, is tonight going to be the night where it happens? But I think in the end, I think I have to go 2-1. I think, look, honestly, any of these teams can win either of these maps, the first 2 maps at least. And I think for me personally, I'd really like to see Haven as a closing map.
Haven's a closing map. All right, well, let's hope your dream comes true. But seriously, just waiting on an Eclipse to seriously call the already, because they're the other team that we're still waiting on. Antics, they're raring to go. And, briefly, let's touch up on the rosters as well. You said Antics, their roster has been a little bit unstable of sorts, but honestly, it's not that bad. I think they still have the core 4, really. Oh, well, not quite core 4, but core 3. Ramen. No, you know what? You're right. It is unstable.
Eclipse.
They're all new.
No, that would have been Eclipse for the unstable roster. And yeah, Antic's the one that, Antic had 2 members come in somewhat recently, and Ramen and Appler. And Eclipse is, they've had a, I'm not too sure what's happened, but I think they've kept 3, and they've just had to pick up 2 others, and that would have been Wildfire and I believe Tier Rear. because the rest of the
Theoria,
other three
yeah.
have stayed. The other three have stayed. It's just been it's been interesting, just a bit all over the place, and I think we're going to be seeing mirror comps here as well. So, I guess there's no real surprise with that. Actually, yeah. What is your prediction here? I kind of cut you
Oh
off.
yeah, me. Okay, you know what? You said who do you think? Antics was going to win this?
2-1.
2-1. Yeah. Oof. Look, I do think it will go to map 3, but I don't know. I think it comes down to who really shows up tonight. I think game 1 would really give us, you know, like a good idea of what's happening. And Wildfire, you know, sometimes he fully pops off. Other times he's a bit more quiet. But surely on your retirement game, you can't be quiet, right? And Theoria, I think he's a really good player. ZKH and Matt though, and maybe Mitch. I think those 3 are ones that I've yet to see play more in like, you know, detail, and they kind of have to prove themselves. But Antics, I think the roster is pretty